Boom! Welcome back to Beer Geeks Beer Reviews. Today, here's the beer, man. I just wanted to get you up and direct with it. Look at this. Look at this. The only reason I'm doing this, bam, Sam Adams Little White Rye. Don't have a review on this yet, but it is about at the end of its life. I did want to go ahead and let this sit around a little bit because the first time I had this, back when they first came out, which was in the Beers of Summer pack, I thought it was a little harsh, and I wanted to see what it was going to do when it was relaxed. And by the way I say relaxed, is aged just a tad bit. But with that said, let's go ahead and get it open and pour it into the glass, man. Now I want to see what this is going to do, man. Boom. Ooh. Ooh. You can see the smoke. You can see it. Let's go ahead and pour it directly into said glass. And oh, look at that head, man. That head just explodes. Look at that. Mad carbonation in there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera's gonna, play nice. And then it's always darker on the camera than it is right here in person, man. This is almost like a golden color. Wow, I can actually smell that. Can you smell that from there? Anyway, yeah. Anywho, loads of carbonation in it. It's got a little bit of floaties in there, man. I'm telling you what. There's just a tad bit of stuff in there. And I do want to actually say that that is probably, the spices. Because with this, if nobody knows by now, Little White Rye is actually an ale brewed with orange peel, coriander, and sage. I mean, I looked into it a little bit, and you can actually tell that it is made with white sage. Now, anybody out there that is used to dealing with other beers and even food, can tell you that when messing around with sage, you do not use a lot of it. And I almost say that they do a lot with it because of the fact that that's the reason why I went ahead and let it sit around a little bit, is because of the fact that it was a little overdone. Um, but let's sit this back here and let's go ahead and get up into it, man. Look at that. Coloring, I want to say is a golden color. And as for head, the head kind of just dissipated away. Very, very carbonated. Not even a finger's worth. It's not worth it. But it is still there. I can see bubbles popping constantly in said glass. Carbonation is still well. Go ahead and get a nose on. Man, right off the bat, you can definitely smell that coriander and you can smell the sage. The sage almost overpowers any kind of citrus note that you're going to get into this, being with the orange peel. But it does smell sweet. Definitely, definitely, definitely big in coriander and sage. But let's go ahead and get a taste on this. Pros. I will let me start off by saying this. I am glad that I let it sit around for a while. This came out probably back June, July. I want to say maybe even sooner, because there's been a lot of speculation about the seasonal beers actually coming out earlier than what they should be this year. But I don't know about that. I think some of the ones have actually been coming out about the same time within last year to this year, whatever. But with the Beers of Summer pack, I think it actually came out, like I said, in maybe May, June-ish. I can't remember off the top of my head when I actually picked it up, but I've let it sit around. I've had a couple of packs since then, and I've let these beers sit around to see if I could get them to calm down, and it did. It did just that. Um, Definitely right off the bat with the tasting. We'll get into it again. This is good. Uh, Definitely with the sage, definitely with the coriander. You do get a tiny bit of a citrus note, at the tail end of the sage. You do get a little bit of a malt body to it. Um, I'm pretty sure that they're just going to use their traditional, caramel malts, pale malts, maybe the special B, maybe even a two-row blend. Um, but you do definitely get that the malt body to it. You definitely do get a little bit of a caramel note to it. Um, it's a very fresh and refreshing beer. In my opinion, if you go ahead and leave it set around. If not, if you're having it, fresh, if they come back out with it again next year, if you're having it definitely fresh, I think that this sage overpowers just about everything. I could not even finish the first bottle that I had when the pack was released. It was just overabundance of sage. So with that said, it's a very good beer. I do like it. I do enjoy it now that it's actually sit around and it's about at the end of its life. The spices have kind of toned down just a tad bit. And, if you haven't had it, I'm pretty sure that you might still be able to find a few out there. They might be replacing these right here, right now with the Harvest Collection Pack. If you can find these, do pick one up, give it a try. I approve. 2 thumbs up. Beer Geeks Beer Reviews signing out. Please do not drink and drive. Please, if you need assistance, call a taxi, call your friends, call your mama. I don't care, man. Call your greasy ass granny. With that said, I'm out. Peace, deuce, tros. Cheers as always. And I will flip it around. Again, cheers. See you on the flip side.